South, one of my favorites, as well as one of my other favorites, My Time. And it is his time now. Mr. Wilmot Fredericks, welcome to LTC.
Good afternoon, Marco, and all of the listeners out there, those that are tuned in. Good afternoon.
Sure, why you sound so nervous?
I haven't been on radio for like a million years, Marco. I haven't been interviewed for equity for Lanky.
Listen, if you are tuned in now, can you show Wilmot Friedrich some love if you know him, if you love his music, if you love Christian Explainers? Quickly, just shout out to Wilmot here in studio on 0617981075. Come say hello, team. I've been looking forward to this one. And I must let you know, more than a couple of weeks ago, before the release of the song we're going to... Yeah. So before today's or last week's release. When was it dated?
It was released last week, but it hasn't been on radio, nowhere.
Yeah. But you sent me the raw song.
I sent you the raw one, and then I sent you the one that's the finished one as well.
Yeah, he just wanted me to know, what do you think of the song? And for me, it's the Wilmot Fredericks song. What do I say? What do I say to Wilmot after that? You want feedback? But I was more excited, not just about the song. I'm excited to have you here in studio. And to those who don't know Wilmot Fredericks, wie ken nou nie vir jou nie?
Die nuwe laities daar die met die klein kindie vir my nie.
But let them know how long have you been doing this, Wilmot?
I've been doing this for the longest of times, people. I became a name in the country, so to speak, because Christian Explainers was known all over the country. Sure. So I became a name through that name. I became a name. I've been with the band since 1979, but before that, I used to be in another band called Soul Crusaders. In that band, I only sang one song. That song was called "I'm on the Battlefield, Working for My Jesus." And there was a guy by the name of Sammy Peterson. He was I was under him. He was one of the Tommy Sidens, the crooners, the main ones. Yeah, so I was under him. I only sang one song, and then from there on, I moved on to Christian Explainers, and that's where the opportunity to write music, presented itself. And I happened to be in a good spot at the time, and I wrote the entire first album, the Christian Explainers. I wrote all the music, all the melodies, all the whatever. The band came in, they played, obviously, and then we all arranged together. But at the time, I was the main songwriter. Second album, the same thing. I think out of 13 songs, I wrote about 11. And then the third album, I wrote a big chunk as well. So... Yeah.
But you gotta face up, eh? You gotta tell people something that would surprise them about your music. Tell them, do you have any of your music that you can listen to on a CD or DVD?
Believe it or not, I don't have a single song of what we have recorded. I've got none of our music. It's unbelievable.
I'm laughing at him because it sounds unbelievable, but I've heard this before, of course, and goodness, man. I also wanted to check with you, PGC, People's Gospel Choir. Did you sing with them as well?
I did a few things with them because the producer, Al Ito.
Oh, what a morning. Yeah, one of those songs.
My Lord, what a morning, Lord, oh, what a morning.
Yes, sir.
That was taken from the Christian Explainers because Sunday school, my Lord, what a morning, my Lord. Primary school and Sunday school. Back in the day, in school, we used to sing hymns. No, I was singing me chords, nobody school, no.
I want to play you a little bit of that to our listeners, just how good this man sounds. We're going to get into also recovery after surgery, where the vocals are concerned, and we're going to get into that as well. Lots to cover, and Marco Big Mac Stefan says, Wilmot Fredericks, the godfather of Cape Town Gospel. I salute you, sir. Grew up with Explainers. You are a blessing.
Appreciate it, Marco. Appreciate it.
And he's now doing big things as well in the industry as well. One of our top producers, even artists. He's doing fantastic and inspired by the likes of you.
Praise God, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I want to just see, somebody says, on the WhatsApp line, be yourself no matter what they say with an excellent emoji there for you. Lots of people loving on you. I just want to check out a couple of people sending you stuff, Wilmot.
Yo, Wilmot Fredericks, my hero. Yeah, Christian Explainers. I still have that CD. Still have that CD at home. If you open it up, it's in the shape of a cross. Yeah, yeah, heaven is my home.
Heaven is my home, yeah.
Often
I know that one.
people say heaven is a place on earth, and still I hear some other view.
Yeah.
Heaven is a state of mind.
Praise the Lord.
Wilmot, the legend.
I see Brian can sing. I didn't know that about you.
Heaven
Goodness.
always be.
You feel like you want to sing a little bit there.
No. I'm just like, the only time I get, I not reconnect with the songs when I take up my guitar and I play the songs that we've recorded. That's the only time, but I don't have like a thing I can listen back to the songs.
It took you a long while, Wilmot, to get back into recording as well. We've been waiting, of course. But to those who also don't know who this legend is, you also know his son, Byron. I interviewed him a few weeks ago. Byron Leva, of course. Good stock that Byron came from. And he's obviously doing his thing, and he's got a few anthems that we've listened to, of course, that he's come up with. Fantastic worshiper as well. And this family can sing you. Doen jullie dan?
Ja, nee, wat kan ons nog maken? Wat we nou doen? We staan Zuid-Afrikaans, we staan in de loopgraven, we're just available,
Yeah,
we're just available.
If you have got comments for Wilmot, you can send it to WhatsApp as well as on WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, Facebook as well as YouTube as well. I'll check out those comments there as well. I want to get to a couple of things. I want for you to clear up 2 songs.
Okay.
And you've covered these songs, but people may not know the history behind those songs.
Okay.
I know one of them is Conversation.
Yes.
And we just heard Be Yourself. Tell us quickly, for those who don't know, how you got permission to record those songs.
How we say in our world that if God is in it, it's always going to work. I do not believe that whatever comes up in my spirit is influenced by the world. I don't believe that. It's influenced by God. And if it is influenced by him, he's going to make it work. So for Be Yourself, it's actually the song Legal Alien. I'm a legal alien. Yes. I'm an Englishman in New York, actually. That's the song. I just played it around and then I changed the lyric because I just loved it. And I changed the lyric to My identity is cast in stone, because the message that the song carries is actually quite a heavy message, It has heavy political undertones. It has undertones of that we have to assert ourselves, that we need to know who we are and whose we are. And we have to walk with and upright in that, not pompous or anything, but just walk upright and know who you are.
Yeah.
And as hulle jou vra, broer, jy bekeer, as jy sê, ja, ek dien die Here, man. Maak as ek waar is, of ek nou by die Bible tournament is, en of ek nou by die skool is, en ook waar ek is, I'm me, because he makes me me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now I have this conversation with the people up in Joburg. I say, look here, this is what I want to do. They say to me, it's not going to work.
Sure.
And then I say to the lady, yeah, it's actually funny, on a Friday afternoon, I say to her, ma'am, since we are speaking so nicely, the two of us now, about the weather and everything, can we not at least try to get permission? She says, okay, it's fine.
Check this job.
Fine, send it. Now, this is the pattern. She says, you send it to me. I send it to London. From London, they send it to Sting's people in New York. Then they send it to him, and he gives the right away, yes or no. So it has to go all that way. But in the meantime, we are busy in the studio with Trevor Sampson.
Okay.
And so we record the song in the meantime. The song was klaar gerecord. They come back, they say, okay, if we can listen to it, then we'll give an answer.
Okay, so you prepared now.
It just so happened that we were finished with the song. So I sent them the copy. 3 weeks later, they said to me, this is how it works. We will give you 15% of whatever the song makes.
Okay.
And we will take 85%. I said to the lady, Het
You're okay
maakt
with
geen
that.
saak, but they can yell 125% took fat, because
Yes.
making money is not part of the song. But then, we've got Sting's permission.
Yes.
Right through all those channels. That's the one. And then I saw like the other one. Yeah, didn't work was quite my man. So we go to the sound check in Babel Civic. I come in and the band Toto plays. I'll be over you soon as my heart starts breaking, anticipating. As soon as forever is through, I'll be over you.
Let's give him
Now, look, that plays, and I come in, but it's a live version. And I say to Vance, the sound engineer, Vance, the next time you hear this song, it's going to be a gospel song. And then that melody stuck so with me. I went home, and the story behind it actually is beautiful. I first write a letter. That was just, I wrote a letter. Saturday morning, boom, comes a response. You can go ahead, you can just record and just make sure that you mention the songwriter. It's Randy Goodrum is the actual composer of the song. So the lyric is mine, the music is Randy Goodrum. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But this is the story behind that particular song. The Bible tells about the 10 people that were healed, and how they went away, these 10 guys.
Yeah.
And then only one came back. It says that's the story that we hear. And so my take is this: the other 9 that never came back to say thank you.
Yes.
We don't know whether when they were on their way, they discovered that they were healed, and they were so happy that they ran back to their families first.
Okay.
And then after embracing their families, and then the thought comes to them, gee, I forgot to thank the guy who was responsible for my healing. And then they wrote a letter to him. And they said, so glad you came my way. You came and saved the day. You see, that's the story behind that.
Amazing. And I wanted you to tell the story of those 2 songs. Often I will get, is that a gospel song? And then when I tell them, the man has permission to really
full
record this
permission.
song. Yeah.
And also the motivation behind it.
Yes.
And I could understand people asking those questions, because you know what, in the artistic world, in the creative world, people would take something to make money off it.
Yes, sir.
So that's not my motivation. I'm telling you the story behind it now. That those 9 guys actually realized at some point that we forgot to say thank you.
Yes.
So then they wrote letters, because Jesus was maybe in a place far away from where they were at the time. So they wrote a letter, maybe 1 or 2 of them, and they sent the letter. In the letter they say, I'm so glad you came my way. Because he says, now I can laugh, I can smile, I can even praise you. Because if we are to believe what we hear about how lepers were treated back in the day, they were ostracized from their families, they were put out. Now, by the time Jesus comes and he heals them, we have no idea as to how long those guys were away from their families.
Sure.
Miskien het hy gemis sy kind het 21 geraak.
Yeah.
Terwyl hy daar sit op 'n plek alleen.
Yeah.
En nou wat hy gesond is, dat ek net my kind gaan kyk.
Yeah. We don't know the backstory.
We don't know, So that's the motivation behind that one.
Talking about motivation, Wilmot, and as you can see on our WhatsApp line, even on the comments line here, is people love you. They love the explainers. They love your music on its own as well. And what's the motivate to in this time? I know we're going to release a song, Waar Jy Is, but I know it's not always been easy, even with your vocal cords and operation and family matters and all of that. And I know at the time you said you're not going to record anymore.
I did. Before I had my the work done on my vocal cords, but I was at peace with that.
Yeah. You probably thought time's up.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I did what I had to do, and it's like I'm a batsman. I batted well, and now I'm out now.
Yeah.
I have to not just watch from the side, But then I'm thinking, okay, I'm still getting a lot of songs. Why does God give me songs, and I cannot sing the songs myself because I have no voice to sing the song? And to make it worse, I look around me, and I don't see anyone I want to give the song to. I don't see anyone I can trust with the song, because at my age and in the stage of my life where I am, I'm not thinking out songs or thinking up songs.
Yeah.
They come to me.
Yes.
So if it's, and in the speak of others, of some people, if it's a download, it's a message to me, but not to me alone. It's actually a message through me. It's meant for the people.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying, but God, you're giving me these songs now. How is it that I cannot sing the songs that you give me? And so I was sitting and I've got the whole pile of songs. And then I said to myself, if I have an opportunity, I'm going to record songs and I'm going to make it available.
Yeah.
So you see the DVD that's on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
At all times, that thing is out there free of charge because that I sang with broken vocals still.
Wow.
And then it became so bad that after speaking for 3-4 minutes, and my work is speaking. I'm a school teacher. My work is talking all the time. If I speak for 2 minutes, I'm done. I'm out. My throat is so sore. I just had to stop, and I went to the doctors, and they decided the best thing is, let's see what we can do about this. And by the grace of God, I came through feeling like a brand new penny. And now the songs are coming, believe it or not.
And now he's got that extra motivation to go for it. So let's get into Waar Jy Is. And in the week earlier, I posted something about my mom, and then I get this WhatsApp coming through from Wilmot. I said, Marco, you know that song, the song Waar Jy Is. I wrote that because of my mom, and I hope this will help you through whatever you're going through. I was missing my mom, man. And
can I tell you something?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Those words, I was missing my mom. That's the very motivation behind this song.
Sure.
I wrote that because on one particular day I was missing my mother so much that song came to me. Then the first verse, actually. Now, that's like 10 years ago, I'm telling you, about 10 years ago. Then I started to sing the song, and then when my son passed, people think that I wrote the song in his honor, but it was actually prophetic.
Okay.
Because my mom passed, she was like 58 or something like that, and then the song says, "Sonder taal of tyding is jy weg in die vleur van jou lewe." Now, in die vleur van jou lewe is now that's now I'm alive, I'm doing my thing. So
you're in the prime of it.
In the prime of your life, that's mooi Engelse woorde van jou. But then Walton passed in the prime of his life.
Sure.
So the second verse basically speaks about or could be more referential to Walton than it would be to my mother.
Sure.
But the whole thing is I miss my mother so much. But actually then I think it was prophetic because the way the song came out, the way people's going to listen to it, it works for my mother, it works for my son, and it works, I think, for everyone.
Works for Marco.
Yeah, it works. Thank you so much.
Else,
It works for everyone who has lost someone.
Yeah.
And just to have a nice type of conversation. Ek wonder wat maak sy nou.
Yeah.
Ek wonder hoe sit daar by julle. Is dit ook so mistig as dit nou hier in Muizenberg?
Of geniet julle vir julle self daar nie.
Ja, wat doen julle and so on, you know? Yes, man. So that's that song.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you're sharing a bit of your personal side there as well. It's not always easy to be that vulnerable to the public, but it's also a blessing in there because you've gone through that. And now you can send me a message and says, Marco, that song, you can listen to it. It will comfort you. And just for people that's not going to listen to it, and also we're going to get details of how they can get the song because it's apparently Wilmot now tells me it's a different way of getting the song, but just inspiring people through those lyrics and putting out new music again. How does it make you feel, Wilmot?
I'm so excited about the new music, because now I have to think, okay, would I make the music for? I have to now think, is it for younger people, middle-aged people, older people? I need to make it work. So my mind is at work. Very excited. It's absolutely amazing songs. It's beautiful songs.
Yeah.
I'm working on two things at the same time, if not three. African music, which I know, and I think that's my that's my thing. I'm working on brand new African music, and then I've got some other tunes that I'm busy, which probably your station would play and other stations, But the African music, I've got a purpose in mind with that. Definitely a purpose in mind with that.
The one thing that you mentioned earlier, you thought you were done. But now, obviously, we know you're not finished yet. But I saw a post from, it was New Birth the other day at Jonathan's, or the ladies' Wear Your Crown event, and it was great to hear them also say, "We thought we were done."
Yeah, I did.
But we're not done. There's so much. But I like it because there's so much more for you guys to give.
Marco, can I tell you something? Just speaking about thought we were done. When I couldn't speak,
Yeah.
genuinely, literally not speak and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sing, I wasn't concerned about nothing.
Yeah.
I was telling people, look here, I'm now singing even more beautiful
Hey.
because now I'm singing in my heart,
Yeah.
and God hears my heart, and that's perfect, So there's no audible sound that you can hear, but God hears my heart, and
That's different level that day.
I was really content. I was so content. And now I feel I have a responsibility to bring out what God gives me.
Yeah.
I really have no choice. And God is enabling me. And before I went for the operation, I must tell the people this. I am never one to be scared of doctors because they train, they do what they do. And I've been around doctors like quite a few times in my life. I've had a few operations.
Yeah.
Never been scared. But when I had to go for my vocal surgery, it was bang.
Sure.
But my bang. When they even like just the minute before they took me in that room and all of that, I was still so scared. I mean, I prayed, people were praying and all of that, but I still was very scared. Mind you, came out not a day's pain.
Sure.
Not a day's pain, praise God. So no, so ek moet doen wat ek moet doen,
Yeah, you gotta be obedient. He's even taken a day off just to be here and to come tell us about the good news of releasing new music. But I'm glad for you, Wilmot, because the gifting inside of you is meant for all of us as well. And there's so much more to you, more depth. And I think what you've touched on, when you couldn't even speak or sing, but you could sing in your heart, and it was even better for you. And those are the lessons that you learn, and we benefit
Yes.
from that, and it goes deeper and gets
I
deeper.
think it's also a lesson for those that are busy out there,
Mm.
they will not admit to it, but creatives, we like to have the light on us.
Mm.
We like the applause, we like the recognition and all of that. But there's got to be a time when you have to really just become a reflector, that when they clap at you, they clap at God.
Yes.
When they scream, they scream at God.
Yes.
Because it has to be to God be the glory for great things He has done.
Yes, sir.
And dis hoekom hy ons upset raak. Hy sing miskien en dan sing hy miskien 'n noodvals. Nou sê hy upset nou nee, hy's toe nou wag hy vir die next opportunity om my nood reg te sing nou.
Yeah.
Dit gaan nie hou nie.
Can I relate something? Just
Please.
Aside from that, Rassi said something in the 2019 World Cup, told the guys in his speech, he said to them, if you are concerned about making mistakes on the field and now wanting to put that right or whatever, then you're making it about yourself.
Absolutely.
The ultimate thing is here, we've got a goal that we want to achieve. Relating it back to what you're saying is, yes, you sang that false note or played it, so what?
I just missed it, because it has to be, I will bless the Lord at all times.
Yes, and what
And
shall
when
be? The praise.
It's always His praise will be in my mouth
Always.
continually.
Yes.
But I think that's a lesson that you learn with time. And some young guys are, they from a young age they are attuned like that.
Yeah.
His focus is God and all of that. But the majority of them, guys, I'm not talking against you. I'm just saying I'm calling it a fact. Dit is hoekom julle so baie met mekaar stry. Because julle is besig om te compete vir op wie moet die lig eers skyn. Julle moet ophou met daai ding. Julle moet ophou met daai ding. Focus net op wat die Here vir jou gegee het en gesê het om te doen. Because remember, long after I'm not here, the song Waar Jy Is will be.
We gotta get there, gotta land. Just another thing on what you just said. Remember a few years back we had the Artists Connect at Josephstown. I think we need another one, and we need a Wilmot to speak into
and the talk,
next
a
generation.
good talk. And the thing is, Mark, I've been saying, by the way, that I'm just told these young guys, and whoever's listening and their parents, go tell them I'm not against them because I've been there where they are. But the thing is, if they make mistakes today, then you cannot blame them because no one has called them into a room to tell them, I think that you shouldn't do. That is not what you're supposed to do. And this is how it's supposed to be.
This is a masterclass from Mr. Wilmot Fredericks. I need so much more time with him. I need more of him, and I believe you guys need that as well. So he's going to have to come back. But Wilmot, we got to release your song. I think you need to introduce your own song today to the listeners.
How do I say this?
you must say. Up next is my brand new song, Waar Jy Is, on CCFM. I think you need to do that.
Yep. Can I say it?
Yes, up to you. I'm waiting for you.
My new song coming up called Waar Jy Is. It's not so new, but it's newly recorded. It's never been recorded before. And so here is Wilmot Fredericks with Waar Jy Is.
Oh, wow. A natural. And here is that song, Waar Jy Is. Let him know what you think of it. That's up next year on LTC.